have no reason to suppose that he, who would take away my liberty, would not, when he had me in his power, take away everything else. All men by nature are equal in that equal right that every man hath to his natural freedom, without being subjected to the will or authority of any other man, being all equal and independent. No one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. The most precious of all possessions is power over ourselves. What worries you, masters you? Whenever legislators endeavor to take away and destroy the property of the people, or to reduce them to slavery under arbitrary power, they put themselves into a state of war with the people, who are thereupon absolved from any further obedience. Who lies for you will lie against you. Wherever law ends, tyranny begins. Don't let the things you don't have prevent you from using what you do have. Any single man must judge for himself whether circumstances warrant obedience or resistance to the commands of the civil magistrate. We are all qualified, entitled, and morally obliged to evaluate the conduct of our rulers. This political judgment, moreover, is not simply or primarily awry. Liberty is to be free from restraint and violence from others. The people cannot delegate to government the power to do anything which would be unlawful for them to do themselves. The end of law is not to abolish or restrain, but to preserve and enlarge freedom, for in all the states of created beings capable of law, where there is no law, there is no freedom. With books we stand on the shoulders of giants. Our incomes are like our shoes. If too small, they gall and pinch us, but if too large, they cause us to stumble and to trip. Nothing is in the intellect that was not first in the senses. A sound mind and a sound body is a short but full description of a happy state in this world. Where there is no law, there is no freedom. Every man has a property in his own person. This nobody has a right to but himself. There are two sides to players. One is light, the other is dark. Reason must be our last judge and guide in everything. Men's happiness or misery is for the most part of their own making. Knowledge is grateful to the understanding, as light to the eyes. Reading furnishes the mind only with materials of knowledge. It is thinking that makes what we read ours. All mankind, being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. There are 1,000 ways to wealth, but only one way to heaven.